Necrozma is back in the Indigo Disk DLC and it's brought some old toys along with it. Say hello to Power Herb Meteor Beam Necrozma, everyone, but how will it fare in battle? Only one way to find out. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you love Pokemon as much as I do. Here are the teams, let me know who you think will win in the comment section down below and stick around till the end to find out if you're right. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the battle. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, lazy boys. So they're going to lead off with the Hippowdon as we lead off with the Gliscor. Now, I like with Gliscor because it actually matches up pretty well against the whole team. T-Tar, Excadrill, Arcanine, and Houndstone. And this thing can't really touch us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a Toxic right off the bat, cripple this Hippowdon, because that's pretty much my game plan. I want to cripple the walls and attack the wall breakers. Go for a Toxic. We don't miss, which is nice. Crippling the Hippowdon for the rest of the game, unless they have Lumberry or something like that, or Pecha Berry. They go for a Stealth Rocks though, which is absolutely fair and understandable. Stealth Rocks definitely do help them out here. So what we're going to do is, because we are in a very good position here, they're probably going to Whirlwind us, to be honest with you, to get us out there, to get more Stealth Rock damage rotated around. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go straight for a Spikes. I'm going to get a layer of Spikes up. We do have the Gold Gengar with the Air Balloon to block that Rapid Spin from the Excadrill, so I may as well get my Spikes up now. We go for a Spikes, and I'm guessing they're going for a Whirlwind here. If I had to guess, at least we got one layer of Spikes up, which is always nice. They go for a Yawn. They thought I was going to switch. They really thought I was going to switch there. No, I'm not going to switch. I'm going to keep my Gliscor in. No problems there. So I'm going to get up another layer of Spikes right now. Yeah, he thought I was going to switch. He just messaged in the Discord saying, dang, thought you'd switch. So anyway, Enamorus comes in, which is a fair play. Enamorus is a threat. It's hard for us to deal with. So we're going to get up another layer of Spikes, which is great. Getting up the Spikes is going to be really helpful for whittling down their Pokemon, especially like the likes of the Hippowdon and the Tyranitar, which are like their bulky Sandsetters. So Enamorus is in. What do? That is the real question. So I'm leaning towards... They don't get Ice Beam. So we could just Toxic them. They're probably going to go for a Moonblast or something. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to switch out my Gliscor and I'm going to go into Goldengo. And the reason being is because I have a feeling they're going to go for an Earth Power predicting the Goldengo. And it's obviously not going to work because of the Air Balloon. I don't know whether they're staying and go for a Moonblast on a Gliscor though. So let's just see what happens. So they do go for a Moonblast, which is going to bounce right off us because we're Goldengo and we're bulky as heck. Air Balloon does pop, which is a shame. Now, they've got two options here. They can either switch out or they can go for an Earth Power. So, I'm going to scout to see what they're going to do. So, they either switch out here into the likes of the... what's their switching to Make It Rain? Not a lot, really. So, they kind of have to do something here. They could go Excadrill, I guess. So, I think I will go Araquanid. I think Araquanid's a good shout because they are going to withdraw as expected. I figured they were probably choice locked, you know? And they could do go Excadrill. So Excadrill is in a bit of a bad situation right now because now we got a free switch in with our Araquanid. And looking at their team, absolutely nothing outside of Terastalization wants to take a liquidation from my Araquanid. So I'm going to go into Dewey real quick. There we go. Dewey comes in. He's missing half of his body for some reason. Point Stones to dig in, which is unfortunate. And we don't know what set this Excadrill is. It could be a Sand Force set with Rock Slide. We could very well be. Let's go for that liquidation, find out. I think they switch out, though. All we know is their heavy-duty boots. They go for a Rapid Spin, though, clearing away those Spikes, which makes a lot of sense. But you're about to lose your Excadrill, which means if I get the Spikes up again, which I'm sure I will because Gliscor walls a lot of their team, then we're in a good position. So Excadrill goes down to the Araquanid's power. The Araquanid's mighty power takes down the Excadrill, which is amazing. In comes the Arcanine. So Arcanine is a big threat. Nice and shiny as well. Gotta love it. So this thing is going to fire a Head Smash at me, and it's probably going to two-shot my Gliscor. So what I'm going to do is, I'm still going to go Gliscor. I think Gliscor is the best play. I really do think it's the best play to go for. So we'll go into Scorpio over here, Gliscor, and we'll just hope that we can take a Head Smash like an absolute champ. Because if we can't, we can't. But if we can, we can. They go for a Head Smash. Hopefully they're not banded. That's banded damage if I've ever seen it. That is banded damage if I've ever seen it. So we go for a Protect here. We definitely go for a Protect here. So they do withdraw the Arcanine, expecting us to go for a Protect more than likely. And also probably not wanting to miss that Head Smash. They're going to go into the Enamorus. So either way, we made the... You know, if we would have gone for an Earthquake there, it wouldn't have affected the Enamorus anyway. So at least this way, we can actually get another Protect in and see what they're going to lock themselves into. Which is always good. So let's go ahead and go for that Protect once again. So I go for another Protect because I'm under the impression that they're choice locked into whatever they go for. I feel like that is the case, as they do go for an Earth Power, which is unfortunate for them because we don't have to switch out now. We definitely don't have to switch out now. So I'm going to get some more Poison Heal. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for that Fat Toxic. No, I'm going to go for a Spikes. I'm going to get the Spikes back up. So they do withdraw an Amorous, proving they are choice locked. Otherwise, they would have switched up moves there. And they're going to go into Hippowdon, which is absolutely fair enough. Hippowdon can come in and get the Sand back up, which is going to benefit their Houndstone greatly. And there's Arcanine Special Defense as well. So we get the Spikes up, which is great. Spikes are going to be really helpful here. Gliscor is kind of dominating this game, though. Like, not going to lie. Gliscor is kind of dominating. It's a big threat at the moment. Definitely a big threat in the OU tier in its own respect. So let's go for another Spikes, and we'll get more layers up and layers up and layers up. They do withdraw the Hippowdon this turn, and they're probably going to go into the Enamorous. Yeah, Enamorous comes in. So Enamorous is in, and once again, all we have to do is go for a Protect to scout to see what Enamorous set this is. So let's go for it. Like I said, there's no real reason not to. The problem we've got is we don't have the best switch into Enamorous in the world, so that's a problem. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to get my third layer of Spikes, and I'm going to let them attack me with whatever they want to attack me with. They are going to Terastallize, though, to get that extra power. Now, if they're Choice Specs and this is Terra Fairy, then we're in a bit of a pickle, but they're not. They're Stellar Terra. Stellar Terra. Interesting. So Stellar Terastallization is a thing. They go for a Terra Blast. I haven't actually seen the Stellar Terra Blast yet. And is that the Terrapagus on top of its head? That's cool. Oh, they look like bits from Mario's Super Mario Galaxy. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's a contrary set. That's why. Oh, so we go for a Spikes again. They're still Flying type defensively. Still Fairy Flying type defensively. But it's all right. This is not a good position for us to be in, though. We definitely don't want to be in this position for much longer. So I'm going to sack something off. And then I'm going to use Zip Striker and finish this thing off. So we're going to go into... We're going to sack off a Raquinid, I think. I think a Raquinid is the least valuable Pokemon on our team at the moment. It does, like... Obviously, if it could outspeed the Tyranitar and the Arcanine, it could take them out with Liquidation and the Hippowdon. But we just don't outspeed those things, unfortunately. So, you know, it is what it is. So we'll just go into a Raquinid, let it go down. They go for a Terra Blast, and I'm really hoping that they're not Scarfed and they're actually Specs. That's what I'm hoping for, but you know, could be wrong. Could be wrong because they are now at +2 special attack, which makes this Enamorous a very big threat. A very big threat. The Sandstorm is whittling away at it. We could go Terra Steel, Hitmonchan, Bullet Punch. That could do the trick. Might have to, because here's the thing, if they're Choice Scarfed, then they get another boost on the Terra Blast. We're kind of boned. So I am going to go into Hitmonchan. This is going to be my one way of game around this. We're going to have to Terra Steel. So I'm going to Terra Steel now. Go for a Bullet Punch. And that should finish off the Enamorous. So we're going to Terastallize into a Steel type, as I said before. Love to repeat myself, you know. Love to repeat myself. So Hitmonchan is going to Terastallize into a Steel type. We've got a big axe on its head, looking amazing. We're going to go for a nice and powerful Bullet Punch, which should, hopefully, without calking, I can't tell, but it should do a lot of damage, I'm sure. Will it be enough for the Sandstorm to finish it off afterwards? I'm hoping so. I'm really hoping so. As it goes down, the Enamorous goes down. Hitmonchan is on the loose. Hitmonchan is on the loose. Hitmonchan is on the loose. That is right. That is righty, Rain. In comes the Hippowdon. So Hippowdon can obviously threaten us out by going for a Earthquake here. I might use this opportunity to go for a Rapid Spin. That's probably a good shout. They may go for a Slack Off, to be fair. So I'm going to go for that Rapid Spin real quick. Get rid of them Stealth Rocks from our side of the field. This gives us an opportunity to switch something else into the Hippowdon. As they do, in fact, go for an Earthquake straight up, which is probably going to take us out. Yeah, it takes us out because Hitmonchan doesn't have the best defense in the world. But we got rid of the Stealth Rocks. We got rid of the Enamorous, which was a massive threat. Hitmonchan did pretty good this game. Hitmonchan did pretty good. It did its job. It did its job. So, and unfortunately, the loss of the Terra on both sides makes this a bit more of an even playing field. So, with that in mind, what's my next plan? So, I'm leaning towards Zeb Striker High Horsepower, but I'm also leaning towards Necrozma. So I'm going to go Necrozma. I think Necrozma is the best one. I think. Necrozma is definitely the best Pokemon to go into here. So we can go for a Photon Geyser, or we can predict the Tyranitar switch and go for a Meteor Beam. I'm leaning towards the Meteor Beam. I am leaning towards the Meteor Beam a bit. And I'll tell you why. It's because I feel like they do switch out here. So I'm going to go for a Meteor Beam. They do stay in. They were just going to let their Hippowdon go down. So we get a special attack boost. Power Herb's going to pop. And I just hope they don't go for a slack off here, because that's going to be annoying. They don't go for a slack off, but they do go for a Earthquake. So that doesn't do much to me. And then they're going to get taken out by the Toxic. We got a special attack boost, so that's pretty awesome. So down goes the Hippowdon to the Poison, which is amazing. Necrozma's looking pretty good with this Power Herb Meteor Beam set is really good. I'm really enjoying it. Thoroughly enjoying it. Houndstone comes in. So Houndstone is obviously a threat here. Probably can't go for a Poltergeist, though. That's important to note here. And I feel like my opponent is going to forget that. So I'm going to go for a Photon Geyser and hope for the best here. Poltergeist, they tried it. They forgot we'd used our item. I knew they'd do that. Didn't I say it? Didn't I predict that? I kind of knew it. I kind of knew it. So down goes the Houndstone. Down goes the Houndstone. Necrozma is looking real good right now. Really good right now. Okay, in comes T-Tar. So obviously we can't touch T-Tar. Obviously. We can't touch T-Tar with this Necrozma. We could go for a Meteor Beam again. But it's not going to mean anything. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to make a different play. I'm going to let Necrozma go down here. And I'm going to go for a Stealth Rocks. Because that Arcanine is right there. And we want to damage that thing as much as possible. So they go for a Dragon Dance. That is just turned into a big threat. Right there. That is just turned into a big threat. And we unfortunately do not have our Mach Punching Hitmonchan anymore. What do we have instead? So we've got Spikes and we've got Stealth Rocks up. So the Arcanine's pretty much gone already. However, this Tyranitar is just Dragon Dance in our face. What do we do here? Gliscor is there. The Strike is there with high horsepower, but they definitely outspeed us. So I go for a Meteor Beam, I guess. I definitely go for a Meteor Beam. So they go for another Dragon Dance. They get into +2. They outspeed everything on our team. Tyranitar may actually pull this back. Tyranitar may actually pull this back. So we go for a Meteor Beam. And obviously it's going to boost our special attack, which is great and all. But are we going to live this next crunch? I have a feeling we're not. It's just a hunch. I have a feeling we're not. They go for a knockoff. Sorry, not crunch, knockoff. They go for the knockoff, and despite the fact they'd already knocked off our item earlier, while the Power Herb was used up, it still KOs the Necrozma because it's a +2 Tyranitar, crying out loud. What do I do? What do I do? I have no idea. So, I've got a couple of options. I can EQ with the Gliscor. I'd have to live a hit. I'd have to live a hit. I feel like if I go Gliscor here, I feel like the play is not to protect. I feel like the play is not to protect because they've seen Protect earlier. So they're going to expect me to go for Protect to get some Toxic Heal, right? So we go for an Earthquake. That's the mindset. They're going to Dragon Dance. Watch. They go for a Rock Blast. Interesting. So Rock Blast with loaded dice, I'm guessing? Yeah, it's got to be loaded dice. Loaded dice Tyranitar. That's awesome. That is awesome. So Gliscor had no chance in hell. It wouldn't have been able to take 5 of them even after a Toxic Heal. So I think we may have lost this game, you know? I think we may have lost this game to this. I'm going to see if Zebstrike will outspeed. I don't think it does. So we'll go into Marty real quick. I really don't think Zebstriker outspeeds a +2 Tyranitar. But we'll go for high horsepower anyway, just in case. They do go for an EQ, which is going to take us out. Yep, definitely takes us out. So Dragon Dance Tyranitar put a stop, but Necrozma did really good this game. So did Hitmonchan. Did really good this game. It just wasn't enough to win the game, unfortunately. So GG Lazy Boy, you got me good this time. It was a nice close 2-0 victory to my opponents. To go for a Make It Rain just in case they fumble on their plays and go for a Rock Blast or something, but they don't. As down goes Goldengo, and there is the game. So GG Lazy Boy, that was a fun one. It was off to a rocky start. You made a bad prediction at the start with the where you thought I was going to switch out, but I didn't. Which is fair enough. We all make those plays, but you recovered really nicely and you played superbly. But anyway, here is the team. Try it out by using the code at the top right corner of the screen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.